Normally, Surbiton looks like this. It's a nice flowing track that's normally really good in the dry and in the wet even for racing. But today, it looks like this. Yeah, it's quite different to what we're normally used to on the channel. Today I decided I was going to head down to the track with my mate Josh that you would have seen previously on the channel. He decided to bring down his brother and his girlfriend because those two haven't been karting before. I don't know what he was thinking bringing them in icy conditions, but I'm not going to question him. Let's just get on track and have some fun. I was also a bit stupid and I left my SD card at home. Not only was I here to just have some fun, I also had some competitions. My manager really does hate me, doesn't he? This is Vivek. He is one of the locals that comes down to the track. And we also have Sid, which you guys have met before on the channel, also at the track. My manager thought it would be a good idea to invite both of them down when I'm just trying to have some fun with Josh. And also trying to get his brother and girlfriend good at karting, when all I want to do is just have some fun.
You almost just pulled over there, man.
Shut your fucking mouth.
No, what?
Already you can see I'm just provoking Josh with some certain hand signals, and he's also insulting me for me almost falling over. I will show that clip now.
Look up.
Shit. Also, if you guys haven't noticed, I am actually in the pink learner suit today. I decided to just choose the learner suit over my normal suit and give Josh the opportunity to wear an actual nice suit instead of the ones they give you at Surbiton. I am quite a nice human being, aren't I? Let's finally go out on track and let's get some racing going. Going out of the pits immediately, I'm just going to piss off Josh and just overtake him straight away. Absolutely lovely. He even lifts off now. I don't know why. I just go full throttle just to see what it's like going down the straight. It is so icy. It is absolutely ridiculous. I'm taking the wet line. I know the wet line's going to be the best one. Already I'm causing incidents, bumping into the back of Jeff, which is Josh's dad. Absolutely lovely. Take the dry line around the outside. Actually figured out from lap times in the second session that was actually going to be faster. Going through these corners here, already been warned for bumping Jeff, which is just lovely. And you can see, because of the ice, it is just ridiculously icy and slippery. I wasn't expecting this, especially on the racing line, because the racing line looks like a normal wet line, which I was really confused about. Going through these corners, you can see how much I have to turn compared to being in a normal dry, no, not dry, on a normal wet line. It's just ridiculous. The ice on the curb here completely screws you, and I have to brake a lot just so I don't smash into the barriers. You can see in front, Vivek is struggling a lot. I'm just going to try get past him now here. Going down the straight, I'm just going to try grab that inside line. He's got some Alfano attachment on, just testing that out for the day. And yeah, I just dive it down the inside. I'm able to just overtake him. I do be a bit cautious, but eventually, yeah, that move does stick and he won't be able to get past. You can see how much I am drifting through these corners, and it is just ridiculous. Throughout here, I am trying to go like slightly faster, but also at the same time, I don't want to compromise my line too much and I end up just smashing into the barriers. Right, let's go find some more competition. Only a few laps later, we are going down the straight and I see someone has actually spun at the S. I do get a bit closer and I realise it's Josh. I just take the time to immediately take the mick out of him and then get back to the lap. I'm actually going to go over a hot lap for this. So going through these corners here, we take the curb quite a bit throughout these corners to make sure we can really rotate the kart. It is really hard to rotate on that curb full of ice. Throughout here, I thought it would be a good idea to just cut the curb, and it actually did really well. Going down the straight, it's going really well. And then here, this is where I struggle for most because it doesn't feel icy. but at the same time, it does at the same time. Throughout here, I don't take the curb as much as I do. I actually have to brake because taking that curb, if you take too little, it completely screws you. Going over that massive icy curb again, we do have to slow down a lot, and there we go, we are over the line now, and that is a hot lap of Surbiton Raceway. Now, let's go find some more competition. Actually, these cars ahead, let's actually try have a battle with them. Going through the S now, we're able to take it pretty tight and just find that good line. And we've also found Sid. Let's try have a good battle with him. And also there's Josh ahead. It's pretty obvious to notice Josh because he's wearing my suit, even though he's absolute dog shit around this track. Anyway, going through these back markers now, going past Josh's brother and going past his girlfriend as well, who is borrowing my other helmet. We go down the straight. I do almost hit into the back of her because I can barely turn this car. It's absolutely ridiculous. Now let's go try catch up to Sid. Going through the S, we are going to try brake as late as possible and rotate that car. Sid goes pretty wide and we are able to capitalize on that. He takes not as much curb as I thought he would. Taking more curb actually gets you further into the corner than I think it does. Like, it almost smashes you straight into the barrier, which is just absolutely ridiculous. I thought that it would be fine to take the curbs, but no, going down the straight, we are able to get close to Sid. Going down the S, we dive it down the inside. He goes really wide and I'm able to just overtake him and get an overtake done. Absolutely lovely. Taking the curb, we slide a lot because of that ice that is on that. I'm just catching it onto now the warmish tyres, and now it's just sticking on, I'm pretty sure. Through here, we are still going really wide and almost crashing into the barrier, and it's just ridiculous. These icy conditions are challenging, but it's also very fun at the same time. We are now approaching Vivek again. I think I'm lapping him again. So, with Vivek, normally he's pretty hard to overtake and battle with because he has such a good driving style that he can defend really well and also attack you really well, also crashing into the barriers. Just absolutely lovely. Clearly through that corner, it's just so slippery that you just can't lose grip on those curbs. Well, you will lose grip on with the ice. It's just ridiculous. Anyway, coming up to Vivek now, both of us overtake the driver there, and now going into the S, he brakes pretty early actually. I'm surprised how early he brakes, and he goes really wide. I do as well, trying to get onto the throttle early. I managed to get round the outside and find that dry line, and we're able to just overtake him pretty cleanly. Normally it is more of a struggle to get past Vivek, because if you remember back when I did my wet races in Surbiton back in October and November, he was pretty hard to overtake, and he was also quite a challenge. Going down the straight here, Josh is just extremely slow. I don't know why I let him borrow my suit, because he's just making it look like an absolute disgrace. Vivek is actually following my lines now, and he's followed where I brake, so he's now sticking quite close behind me, because compared to him, I actually brake pretty late going into the S. Going through these corners now, we're just trying to find a way past this back marker. We're able to, but I also do drift pretty wide. I need to figure out that those dry lines on the outside will actually get me a faster lap time in these conditions. Going down the straight, Vivek, we have got a bit of a gap to him now, and yeah, we are just going to try do some more hot laps. The fastest lap I did in this session was a 31.7. I actually haven't found it on the timing sheets, and I really can't be asked to go back. So yeah, I think it was lap 18 if you guys want to go over the full footage, because you know it's going to be uploaded. You can go through lap 18 and see how quick I was compared to the other laps. We are now entering the last few laps of this first practice session, and let's actually go over one of my laps. So going through here, we do go pretty wide because we catch the ice on the inside going past the line. Through here, we don't catch the ice as much, and we're able to take a normal racing line and able to keep full throttle. Going into the S here, we do try to avoid the ice, but also it's really hard to turn because we've got a watery and kind of icy, slippery surface going through the S and also going out of the S. Going into white tyre, I take more curve than I should do, and I end up having I'm just slipping everywhere. is just absolutely ridiculous. Going through here again, we catch a lot more ice, but we're able to still take it out flat out. Going through these corners now, we're up to a back marker, so we've got to find a way past him. I am braking a lot earlier than I do because I don't want to go straight into the back of him. I just dive it down the inside here. He doesn't even notice and almost turns into the side of me. And also I catch way too much curb and I slip. Going through here, I don't take the curb, I slip a lot and I almost turn into the side. And I'm also just, okay, I am actually just drifting a bit because I'm starting to get a bit bored, I'll be honest. And I actually think that was a checker flag. Yes, that was the checker flag. I can see it from here. So yeah, that is actually really good. Session gone well. Got some good racing with Sid, and I got some good racing with Vivek. So let's go back to the pits and talk to Josh about what the times were like.
Oh. That was good. Right, let's see what times are looking like. Huh? Yeah, they're like your hands like absolutely freezing. Yeah, no, they are.
Toby, P7, can't believe it.
Hey, what?
I started catching up to you at the end.
Yeah. Damn! Oh my god.
The second faster.
I need like... Oh, Josh, I got you! No, but like, if you just have a look at the gap. Yeah.
Throughout that session, I was just trying to learn what it was like to drive in the icy conditions, because even though I've been working at Surbiton as a marshal for a very long time, and I've done thousands of laps around this circuit, I've never done it in the icy conditions. I've only done it in the dry and in the wet. I'm really rapid in the wet normally. My fastest lap is a 30.6 in full damp conditions, and in the dry, my fastest is the second fastest ever time set round this circuit, which is a 23.4. But yeah, it was a really big learning curve for me, and also it was a big learning curve for Sid and Vivek as well, because those two haven't raced in the ice here either. So let's just go into the second session and see if I can improve. And all I'm going to say is, in the second session, it's going to be a big shock for lap times. Already before I even go on track to go to my kart, I've already got my co-worker annoying me for the slip I had earlier.
Don't slip this time. Don't break your leg on me. Yeah, off you go.
Same carts as last time? Perfect.
Even though it was the same karts as last time, I was actually looking for kart 1 because I got suggested by my manager that if I was aiming for a wet lap record, that kart 1 would do the job perfectly. But sadly I couldn't find it, and I just have to deal with, it's still my favourite kart, kart 14 for this session. We are finally going out onto the track, just warm up the tyres. I know it's a bit useless in this weather, but we don't mind it. Going down the straight, we're just going to keep on warming them up. And I think I almost had a spin yet. I almost span out doing that. That is just absolutely lovely. We're actually going to pull off to the side and just let everyone by so we can have a good race. And we're also going to let Sid by and also just insult Josh's brother for spinning there. Right, let's go have a good race with Sid. So that going out of DS is still going to be very slippy, which I have acknowledged, and I'm going to make sure I know for the next couple laps. So getting up to Sid now, we're just going to try get as close as we can to him and get a quick overtake done, and also have a nice battle with him at the same time. Going through here, we do brake a lot later than him, but he's able to get on the power a lot more. But here, I start to lose a bit of control. He's able to have more control going out of the S than me. Going through white tyre, I have a bit more control and I know where the lines are. I'm able to get a tighter line, get on that acceleration a bit earlier. I'm able to just keep behind him. I can sacrifice going a bit wider. I take that slipstream and I just dive it down the inside here. I do brake a bit late though, I know I do, and I'm going to be slipping off to the side. Yes, I am. He's gonna, I think he'll be next to me. Never mind, he just stays behind me and we're going to try have another battle. He does try the inside, but he decides to back out because he knows how risky it is in this type of weather. We've got a back marker in front of us. We're just going to try get past them as quickly as possible, and then we can just keep on having our small battle that we are. I know Sid is never mind, he's just had a spin. That is lovely. And also the funny thing is, I know I was quicker than Sid, and because he took so long to spin round, the lap time actually got counted as a 27-second lap time, which I just don't believe at all. And yeah, it does look like, because he was stuck there for a long time, and yeah, it counted as a lap time on the system, which is just absolutely amazing. And yeah, let's go find the competition again, see if we can find Vivek or find Josh. We have finally caught up to Josh. Now, let's see if we can actually have a proper battle with this guy. Because last time, he was completely useless on track, especially with my own suit. So this is just going to be lovely, and never mind. He brakes really early. He can't even control his kart properly. That's just lovely. I just annoy him, and I just go wide by accident, and not by accident, on purpose, I mean. And yeah, just shove him into the barriers. Josh, that's what you get for being slow when I give you my own suit, alright? Never be slow when you've been given your own suit. Throughout here, I'm understeering like mad because I've catched too much ice on my tyres clearly, and I've just drifted way too much. Going through these corners here, I just decided to get a bit cocky, and I actually go one-handed for this whole lap to see what it's like. And yeah, let's just see how it goes. Yeah, turning through, I actually get a really good exit through. But yes, but through here, not so much. I almost crash into the barriers like I normally do, going through these corners. And then throughout here, I just miss the curbs completely, and I almost crash into the barriers here, which is just lovely. And that lap was actually a 32.2. I remember that clearly because that was the funniest thing I've ever seen. Me going one-handed and managing to do a 32-second lap time in the wet. Absolutely ridiculous. Anyway, going through these corners back to two-handed because I know I was going to get told off eventually. And yeah, let's go find Vivek or catch up to Josh and keep on annoying him. We actually had an incident happen on track. Jeff, Josh's dad, actually stopped on track, and I was concerned why. So I decided to go around one more time and just check that he's all okay, because it would be a bit weird for him to just stop in the middle of the track without any sort of explanation, and I just crash into the barriers and destroy my ribs. Absolutely lovely.
Yo, is he good? Huh? Yo, let me push him back to the pit.
I decide to offer to push Jeff back to the pits because realistically I am qualified enough. Even though I am not on the clock, I can still just help around on track. So I decide to do that, and yeah, I do spin round quite quickly just so I can go help. Then just to realise that one of the actual marshals is going to go help Jeff and push him back to the pits.
Huh?
While realising that someone is off to go get Jeff ready, one of the marshals, and also insulting Josh's brother for spinning, I've actually gone back to the pits to kind of confront Keelan, which you guys know pretty well on the channel from my arsehole video on karting sessions, to ask him why I wasn't allowed to, because I know like at the moment I wasn't thinking logically, which is quite obvious why they didn't allow me. But you know what? I was just not thinking straight. I just wanted to help.
Why do you not let me push him? Genuinely.
Because that's not actually safe. You're not in a yellow jumper. If anyone looks at it, you're going to crack the suit. True.
Not much happened after the broken cart. For me, it was just hot lapping until now. So we got this big group of drivers. We've got Sid, Josh, Jeff, all of those lot. We are just going to try get past them quick. Josh's brother has already spun again. I've got past Jeff, and now let's just get past Josh, which should be pretty easy. Just dive it down the inside. He doesn't even know that I'm there, and almost smashes into the side of me. Absolutely lovely. Now let's go catch up to Sid, and let's have a good battle. Going down the line now, we are going onto the straight now as well. I don't know where I am now. Going down the straight, we are going to go catch up to Sid now. Going through the yes, we are gonna try get a better line. Sid has gradually learned over time that the better lines that I've been taking are better, and also he's been taking some outside lines as well, which has improved his lap times a bit, but not as much as he thought it would. And he's now stuck behind the back marker. He is able to get past her. I'm going to be able to get past around the outside here. I do have to brake a bit because it is still very icy going through that corner, and I'm just trying to catch up to Sid as quick as I can. I'm braking late throughout here just to try and catch up to him, and I just slide off to the distance because I just don't use that much brake that I was expecting to use. I used about half of it, while I should be using about 3/4 of it before the brakes are able to lock up. Going through these corners, I'm just speeding through, trying to catch up to Sid, but it's not working because I'm trying to use a catch-up method, braking late, instead of trying to prioritize both the exit speed and also the entry speed, which causes me to just cause a massive gap to open up between me and Sid. I am trying my best to catch up to him, but it's also a case of I'm just not learning from my mistakes, which is just not good at all. And going through these corners, I'm actually going to skip ahead to when I've properly caught up to him. About a lap or so later, we have finally caught up to the back of Sid because he has been slowed down by a lot of back markers. We are going to try get an overtake done as soon as possible. Going through these corners, I'm trying to take tighter lines and get on that acceleration pretty early. Going through these corners, we take very similar lines. I am trying to get into the back of his slipstream, I mean. I can't talk today. I dive it down the inside, but I don't use that much brake, and I just slide off into the distance a bit. Never mind, I actually get the right amount of braking. I'm able to overtake him, but through here I take a horrible line and I take way too much curb, and I take all the ice and I just slip right into the barriers. I'm staying right behind him. I'm gonna try get an inside move done, but here we go. It just doesn't work because it's just too slippery. Down the straight, he knows that I'm going to take that inside line, so he tucks in for the inside line. I take the outside. I'm going to brake just at the same time as him. I don't know why I was thinking that, but I go wide, and I just lose all of my momentum, and I've created a massive gap to him now. And I think this is where I get an amazing few corners through here, and I just catch up to him. And because of that, I'm able to stick right behind him going through these corners. He gets a better exit than me going out of the corner by the line. I'm going through here. I'm going to try grab that slipstream again. He's got that inside line already because he knows where I'm going to go. But here, I'm actually going to brake a bit earlier just so I can actually just tuck behind him and get a bit of a better exit. I don't do that successfully, but both of us now get stuck behind Josh. And then here, Keelan just restricts me going through white tyre. That really pissed me off, but you know what? I don't really mind, because going down these corners through here, Sid is slowed down by Josh. I'm able to get a slipstream behind him again, but then Keelan does it again.
No, help, Keelan! No,
As you can hear, I do not take that well at all, and I also start to screw up a bit because I go right into the barriers trying to go through this corner, and a massive gap has built up to Sid again. I'm really not happy because I was having a really good battle with Sid, and then Keelan the arsehole had to ruin it. You know what? That's going to be his new name. We're going to call him Keelan the arsehole. Right. I've got a good mug of him as well that I'm going to use on this channel and abuse that completely now. So going through these corners, it's actually 3 wide going through there while Sid overtakes these back markers. Going past Jeff and Josh's brother and stuck behind this back marker. She was really slow going through the corner. I just overtake her on the outside. I just take my time. Yeah, there's just a massive gap to Sid now. I just don't see a point in trying to catch up to him again, so let's just skip to the checker flag. It is finally the checker flag, and I show my feelings to Keelan about what I think about his antics today. And yeah, we're gonna see his reaction properly when we get into the pits.
Keelan ruined our you ruined my battle, you little
Ruined your battle. I didn't.
Do you mean you restricted me for no reason?
Take your foot off the pedal.
Oh.
Whatever was said over that long beep, I cannot say without being demonetized or possibly striked.
Jesus.
When we were walking to the timing boards, I thought I would get a decent time, a fast one. But this is when we got the shock of Sid beating all of us by 4 seconds.
When the did you get a 27?
What? Wow! Sid!
Wait. As you can hear, I am in just complete shock in how he's managed that.
How the did he...
Before the camera cut, you can just see immediately me off to go accuse Keelan of messing with the times.
Keelan, did you screw with the times?
In all seriousness though, today was a brilliant learning curve, not only for me, but the other 2 local drivers that come down here. And yeah, it was just absolutely amazing to drive in the icy conditions, especially when we're allowed to, because in a country like Britain, we're not normally allowed to do this that often because it is quite dangerous in the ice. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. We had some good lap times. I'm not sure about Sid's last one, but you know what? I can just take that to the grave, and I'll just say he beat me. I'll just say that. He did. He beat me fair and square that day in lap time. And yeah, fairs to him. And yeah, so the next video is I actually went back to Josh's house, and then I went straight to Mitcham. Team Sport Mitcham.